Hi everyone, this is me, Pavel, representing Skeletal Survivors, Beachbuilders, and myself. Here I'm going to talk about my experience with Wim Hof. I did a workshop last weekend, 2 days ago. It was amazing, super amazing. I highly recommend to everyone who is interested in this area. I briefly talk about what was the workshop, how it was structured, and then I'm going to talk about the breathing experience and the cold. All right. So first of all, the workshop was on Gold Coast. There are a couple of workshops in Sydney, Melbourne, all around the world. So check them out, wimhofmethod.com, and learn more about it. Also Google it. There's so much stuff online. Anyway, the guy was Wim Hof, the Iceman. He's holding 26 world records. Amazing guy. Humble, respectful, loving person as well, and yeah, just highly recommend to have that experience with him directly. And yeah, he's just a living proof of crazy things being doable. So the workshop was consisting of 6 parts, I would say. It was about 5 hours, cost about 149 euros. Not the cheapest, but if you can manage to get a discount somehow, even without the discount, it's pretty worth it, especially being able to talk to the source of this method. So definitely I recommend, but there are hundreds of online resources that you can look into. So get into it. 6 parts. Introduction. He was talking about his personal experience, about his struggles underneath the ice. Well, he almost died. So that pushed him into the next level. Another extreme experience was on a climbing mountain where he did a cramp in his leg and had to focus his mind and body to get rid of that and move forward. So he managed to do that. He was climbing up the Mount Everest to death zone in his shorts, so obviously extreme conditions. He also did marathon in under Boral Circle in his nothing than shorts, so barefoot, crazy experience. So first of all was the introduction about his life experience. Then we had a yoga exercise. Then we had a breathing, the proper breathing technique in lying position. I'll talk about it later. And then we had a theory with Professor Matt Cohen from Melbourne University, RMIT. So he brought some expertise and knowledge into the physics, or into the process behind what the body actually do during the process of breathing or the exposure to cold. And then we had an ice bath, which was awesome, and question and answers afterwards. So we get a chance to ask him direct questions. Also, all 3 guys, the doctor, Iceman, and the other colleague. So that was awesome. In regards to the Wim Hof, he's following happy, healthy, and strong values or attitude towards life. So these are the 3 core values that he's focusing on. So definitely good values to have, and very inspirational for sure. His major parts, I'll just show you. That's him. Yep, he's got a little brochure here. The major part that he's focusing on is breathing, cold therapy, and commitment. You can't really do cold therapy without commitment, so that's goes together, as well as the breathing. Like it takes a little bit of commitment to do that regularly as well. But I believe that most of the people will have issues with the cold therapy, exposure to cold, because it's not comfortable. The breathing is sort of more comfortable. We are more used to it. There's a little discomfort, but not as much as during the cold therapy. However, the commitment is built up during the stage. There's a lot of midges here biting me. The commitment is a great benefit and great value to build up through this process. The reason why I got into it is because I've been doing cold exposure for about 2 years or so. I've done you've seen some crazy pictures, me in a lake, in the mountains with the snow and stuff. So I want to push it to the next level. Normal cold shower is no longer a challenge for me. So I'd like to push it further. And the breathing technique seems to be the way to go as well. So that's my reasoning. And also because I recently got an injury. That's this beauty, moonwood. So I'm trying to heal it as fast as possible, because one of the benefits is not only the performance of the body, but also the faster healing process as well. You can control inflammation in your body, you can control temperature in the body, but obviously not over one night, but it takes years and years of practice. But bit by bit you can improve that. And what the doctor was talking about was the connection to our root cells, our water gel cells, which have a memory, and it seems, it's not proven yet, but it seems to be that we can actually communicate directly, or maybe it is proven, I don't know, I got lost a little bit in the theory part, but there is a way for us to communicate to the cell level of our body. So this technique definitely helps. So another thing he was talking about was about pursuing extreme conditions. So from one extreme to another, and one of them was like pursue the complete stillness of your mind, of your body, and then exact opposite, like exercise to the extreme, but also within your own abilities. Of course, everyone's different, so there's no black and white rule or a particular exercise that you should be doing this 20 times, 30 times, 40 times. You have to adjust it to yourself, to your capabilities, and do not go beyond. Of course, you can push yourself, but you have to feel. That was another topic. Feel your body, listen to your body, feel every bit of your body when you're doing these things. And even if you're not doing these things, like in general, just listen to your body. What does it tell you? Get that feedback and try to work with that and move it to the next level. So that's what I really liked. He was also talking about that cold is the greatest teacher and nature is the greatest teacher. So, which I believe as well. We have so many resources outside in nature to use for our benefit. So that was part that I like. Everybody has unique body and everybody is different, so that's quite normal. Everyone knows that, but keep that in mind when you're doing those exercises. You gotta be careful when, for example, in the part where you're holding the breath, you gotta go with what is comfortable for you or not so comfortable for you. So for example, for some people it might be holding 2 minutes, for some people might be holding 4 minutes. So obviously there's no particular rule that everyone should hold 4 minutes. It depends on your capabilities, on your lungs and everything. So for me it was, for example, when they did exercise, it was not enough, like I was holding on my own way longer because I've been already practicing holding breath for quite a while. So I can last a little bit. I was talking about the feel the body. Breathing process. So we did the breathing, we did the ice bath. I can talk briefly about the ice bath. It was just ice in the swimming pool, or a little inflatable pool with a bit of water and a couple of people. So the process was quite simple. We started to breathe heavily, and then we got into not heavily, about 15 seconds breathing. We got into the cold water. We submerged all the way to our neck. And we were trying to breathe to calm ourselves down, keep the mind in alignment with our inner core, and regulate our body reaction to the cold, and stay there as long as they were saying. I don't know how long it was. It was probably like 2 minutes, 1 minute. It was long enough to feel the cold. Definitely, it was not the most difficult exercise I've done. I believe that the icy lake that I jumped into was probably worse, but it was definitely worth trying, and I did it twice because the first one was sort of easy. Well, not easy, but it was okay. So I tried the second time to push myself a little bit further and also submerge a bit lower, because the first time I was not fully covered. I was just to my shoulders. So definitely a great challenge you can do at home. You can buy a bucket of ice and just throw it in your bath and have fun. Yeah. If not, just cold showers is a good example. Again, look it up online how it works. Don't jump straight into the cold shower. Just do it a little bit at the end of the warm shower, and then slowly and gradually start to increase the level of the cold shower exposure. And then once you feel confident, just jump into it straight. I no longer use the warm shower now, so straight into the cold one. But I'm living in Queensland, where the cold shower is like, I don't know, like 15 degrees, maybe 18. It's pretty warm. So that's about the cold. But I believe that the more valuable part for me in that workshop was the breathing technique. I'm not going to talk about the process in depth. It was basically 30 breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, hold 10 seconds, breathe again 30 times, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, hold the breath, breathe out 30 times again, or 30, 20, 10, depends. And then hold your breath, breathe out, hold your breath, and then do exercise, like a push-ups or something, and then relax. So that particular experience was absolutely amazing. Like, guys, I can't explain it. Like, I don't have words for it. Of course, when you get to the breathing, you get this tension in the body. You get tingling in your body because of the variances of oxygen and CO2 in your body. So your body starts to, you can also find if things go wrong, but really just wake up a couple of minutes later, it's all good. So that's why you have to do it on the ground, not in the water. It's supposed to be done on the ground, most likely sitting or laying down on the floor. But regardless, the twitching, not twitching, like the tingling in my body, I start to feel a little bit in the second round, and then in the third round almost started to get quite heavy. And when I was doing the push-ups, I could feel that when you do the push-ups without the breath, you feel that crazy energy in your body, and it sort of moves from the limbs all the way to your core body, like here. When you're doing the push-ups, it sort of feels like that the oxygen or whatever is in our blood, the energy anyway, is moving towards the core center to your heart when you're performing the exercise, and through the muscles, of course, as well. But yeah, I felt the flow, and the more push-ups I was doing, the less energy was obviously coming through the muscles, and then eventually I ended up after 20 whatever, and then you relax and you breathe. And during the breathing, he suggests to do Om resonation, sort of like a Om technique, and that particular example or exercise was very interesting for me, because I felt the tingling in all my body, but not all through. Like started off with all body, but then it started to release, sort of like start to evaporate or go away. And I felt that tingling most likely in my upper body, not so much in my legs, and also more so in my left arm and not my right arm. So it was interesting. And as I was doing the Om technique or the Om resonation, it started to emphasize, like it started to increase in my left arm, but not so much in my right arm. And eventually, after a couple of minutes of doing that exercise, I start to lose that feeling of the twitchiness or tingling in my body, but it still remained in my left arm. And and it remained for that another 1 or 2 minutes, I believe. So, and then became the excitement, like very positive feeling, happiness, and yeah, very, very unique experience. It was like euphoristic state. I would compare it to jumping out of the airplane as a tandem jump that I've done in the past, or catching the 4 or 5 meter wave in the ocean on the surf. When you drop it and there's this adrenaline kick into your body. Or, for example, another experience was doing 19s in breaking. You know, when you get into the movement of spinning on your one hand upside down, and you fix your position and you just spin, and you feel like you can't fall. I did almost 4.5 or 5 spins back then, and I still remember that feeling up until today. It was just absolutely amazing. So this was similar, but next level, guys. This was absolutely next level. I've done the exercise afterwards at home, and I've done it today as well. And I managed yesterday to actually relocate that energy, the twitching that you have in your body, through the Om technique to my broken leg, or not broken leg, but injured leg. So I was able to get that feeling in all of my body, but also to increase that feel in that particular area, sort of like that you can allocate. Like imagine like you have electricity in your body, or electricity ball in your body, and you can move it around. Now the ball has high intensity where it's centered, but the electricity flows everywhere. So that was sort of the feeling that I had, and I was able to move that electricity ball, if I could describe it like that, into my leg and focus it there, and have that amazing feeling for another I don't know, 4 minutes, let's say, during the breathing, of course. And then I just kept breathing, but normally, it's just calm breathing, relaxing. And then I stopped the Om technique and just let it settle. And then the euphoristic stage comes as well after that, where the body gets into calm state, the rehab state, I should say. And that feel, it's just absolutely amazing. It's like that feel after adrenaline kick in your body. I don't know if that has anything to do with adrenaline. The theoretic part was quite extensive. I have a lot of notes that I still have to go through and dig deep and connect with the professor as well and bring that presentation to public. And but I need to educate myself a little bit more in that area, definitely, to learn more. I just at this stage, although I do have some knowledge, I still base everything on my feelings. So I'd like to get some measures in place as well, and I made a challenge that I'm going to do this for 30 days and see how we go during that improvement. So I'll keep you guys up to date. Already reached 15 minutes, so I'll shut it off now, so you guys can go and do your awesome stuff during your day. Enjoy whatever you do. So just a couple of points to cover. It's about the cold exposure, it's about the commitment, it's about the breathing technique. It can help, it has several benefits. From those that they say on the website, or they state in their brochures, it's like you get a better sleep, you get a better focus, determination, better well-being, sport performance, obviously, reduce stress level, that's very important, regulate your temperature, if you will, recover faster, that's my goal, and feel more creative and awesome. Now, whether I can relate to all of them or just some of them, I don't know. I can definitely prove or promise you that this is a life-changing experience if you manage to get it to the right level. Why I'm saying that is because I also experienced I had different experiences throughout trying this technique. So I believe it's based on how far do you get into the stage or how far do you go to your limits, I would say. So obviously the more intense, the further you go, the more intense experience you're going to have. So while today, for example, I was in a rush in the morning, I was distracted, and I was trying to do that exercise under time pressure, which was not a good idea. And obviously I did not focus 100%, I didn't get that far, although I did receive the expected outcome that I wanted. I believe it could have been much better, like yesterday, for example. So that's important as well. Get your good environment, get a cool music. You'll find it online. I'll share some links. I'll put some notes together on my website, on my blog, so you can follow up and get some resources online that you can start doing yourself, or just educate yourself. You don't have to do that, but be aware of it because it's groundbreaking. Yeah, they're rewriting the books at universities now. So a lot of research is being done in this area, because he has proven the medical industry that human body or human mind can control the autoimmune system reaction. So that is very powerful change in our society and age, and whatever else it's going to bring, it's going to be amazing. It is already amazing. It definitely helps me, and I see some good progress in my recovery of my foot as well. So whether it's this or whether it's just my positive belief, I don't know. But anyway, if you have any question, please throw it at me. I'll try to bring it up in the next video or in my notes on my website. I hope it wasn't too long for you and you get something out of it. And if nothing else, then I wish you have an amazing day, enjoy, and live to your best potential. All right? Peace.